What is gravy, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's no secret here that I have, what's a nice way to put this? Bugger all rare or difficult platinums. Well, I have Bloodborne, but Souls players are all masochists, so that's not rare in the slightest. And so here are 5 ultra rare platinums that I've picked out in order to rectify this situation. Big shout out to TrophyBot for inspiring this video. If you haven't already, make sure to go check out her channel. I will leave the link in the description down below, and let's get to it. Before releasing the Surge in 2017 and the much improved Surge 2 in 2019, Deck 13 tried their hand at a fantasy Souls-like titled Lords of the Fallen, and they saw, shall we say, mixed results. The game received middling reviews, with many arguing that it stuck too close to the formula without reaching the same level of ingenuity or polish. That being said, the Platinum Trophy does currently sit at a 4.17% on PSN profiles, despite only being listed as a 5 out of 10. Whether this low percentage says more about the game's quality than its difficulty remains to be seen, but as you can see from the list, there isn't a whole lot here that I could imagine holding people back. The guide does say it will require 3 playthroughs due to there being 3 magical classes and 3 endings, but given that the game is rather short, I feel like this is one I can stick to fairly easily. Alright, just hear me out. Slow motion, side-scrolling, twin pistol action, while being guided through your life by a sentient banana. Need I say more? Seriously though, my friend Pedro looks incredible, and it's published by Devolver Digital, so you know that it's at least got that seal of approval. It's frantic, fast-paced, and insanely replayable, which is good news considering I'm going to have to play through these levels multiple times in order to achieve the required S ranks. But despite the 4.29% rarity, I'm really not too concerned, mainly because the guide once again lists this as a 5 out of 10, and the game itself just looks insanely fun. I can really see myself sinking into this one. This one might actually have to go first. Right, this next one is probably going to take the most time out of this list, but honestly I had so much fun getting the Platinum Trophy in Yakuza Like a Dragon that I have been itching to jump into Yakuza 0 for the longest time. And I know these games are known for having long, grindy and difficult Platinum Trophies, but I reckon I can pull the necessary 140 hours out of thin air, right? Right? Sitting at a pretty respectable 4.37% on PSN profiles, this game basically requires you to get 100% completion and then do an entirely new playthrough on the game's hardest difficulty. This difficulty, by the way, seems to incorporate something I actually have a bit of experience with: checkpoint removal. Basically, if you fail an encounter on this difficulty, all you can do is reload a manual save and try it again. But given my time with Bioshock and my tendency to save every 30 seconds, I really don't think this is going to cause me too many issues. I am a bit worried about having to be competent at the brawler style combat, but one thing at a time, eh? Now, possibly the most interesting game on this list is one that I was constantly confusing with Dead Cells, which is another game that could have very well made it onto this list. But Hyper Light Drifter is a game that has always been stuck in the back of my mind. The art style and the desolate yet beautiful setting have such an endearing quality that I can absolutely see myself getting stuck in that world for hours and hours. The trophy guide for this one does put it at a 7 out of 10, and the main reason I can see for this is the New Game Plus and no death runs, which are required for this 2.68% ultra rare platinum. Shockingly though, it's the New Game Plus run that I can see causing most of my issues, because what that mode does is actually cut your health down to only 2 blocks. So while you don't have to do it all in one sitting, you do have to be almost perfect with your dodges and attacks in order to make any sort of progress. Still, with a game as gorgeous as this, why wouldn't I want to keep playing? Well, I guess frustration and rage. Oh well. And for the final game on this list, I could have put something absolutely ludicrous. But as you guys know, I am slowly chipping away at the Crypt of the Necrodancer Platinum, and one insanely difficult thing is all I can manage, really. I mean, I can't even manage that, but we move. So instead, we're going to throw in a cheeky little VR title, Until Dawn: Rush of Blood. This spin-off to one of my all-time favourite games is definitely an intriguing one. Taking a Telltale-esque horror experience and turning it into an arcade-style on-rails shooter is not necessarily the direction I was expecting, but it's certainly something I'm willing to give a go. In terms of difficulty, this one lies purely on 2 factors: the difficulty trophies, of which there are many, and the difficulty of setting up the bloody PSVR itself. But seeing as the VR2 will apparently not be compatible with the OG titles, thanks Sony, I guess I have no choice but to unbundle the 6,000 cables and get to work. However, given the fact that this game sits at a stomach-churning 1.49%, I'd say it's probably worth any amount of inconvenience it can throw at me, unless it means me buying Move controllers, in which case it can get But that's my list of 5 ultra rare platinum trophies that I am dying to get my hands on. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any of these platinums, or if you think I'm a complete moron for having them on my list. I'm sure you're right, but let me know why. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new, consider subscribing. It's free, I promise. Also, massive news, our Discord server is now completely open, so if you want to join and chat more about games, the links will be down in the description. As always, if you want to watch another video, there's one right over there. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall catch you all next time.